The number 3 film in the countdown is what revived the James Bond series, but the number 2 film is what killed it. Well, for 6 years anyway. Now, I present the film that was number 1 when I began this countdown, but has recently been demoted. License to Kill.
I got to hold on to your love.
In the film, Denzel Washington must... Oh, wait. Wrong License to Kill. My mistake. Anyway. In the film, James Bond serves as best man at the wedding of his dear friend, Felix Leiter, but not before helping Felix apprehend notorious drug lord Franz Sanchez while on the way to the church. Despite the pair's valiant efforts, Sanchez escapes custody to exact his revenge. Sanchez has Felix's wife murdered and then has Felix mauled by a shark. Angered by the fact that no government will stop Sanchez, Bond decides to go rogue and bring down Sanchez himself. After a direct assassination attempt fails, Bond decides to infiltrate Sanchez's inner circle and bring down the villain from within. Bond's plan succeeds and is able to exact his vengeance in a most brutal fashion. I like Timothy Dalton. If you've got a problem with that, well, that's just too bad. It takes a dark, gritty Bond to do a movie like this, and I can think of no one better for the part. Speaking of dark and gritty, that's one thing I really like about this film. What can I say? I love a good revenge picture. I think the theme song is great and sounds very Bond, but it does seem a bit out of place in this film. I feel a certain sense of pride that the majority of the film was shot in Mexico. I may not look it, but I am half Mexican, and it makes me so happy that one of my favorite Bond films was made in a place that means so much to me. Also, my knowledge of the location which the truck chase finale was filmed always has me on the edge of my seat during that scene. There is one element of the film I have never, ever liked. The Hong Kong narcotics agents. The main guy, well, you know, the one who played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, him. I think he does a terrible job working undercover. He makes such little effort to divert suspicion from his true identity, it's laughable. And his ninja assistants... I'm not even Asian and I feel insulted when they're on screen. I first saw this film at a time when I was into dark, violent action movies. Films like The Terminator, Lethal Weapon, Dirty Harry, you know, the classics. With this film, it's like you get several movies rolled into one. It's Lethal Weapon plus Death Wish plus A Fistful of Dollars plus James Bond equals this film. Oh, and I definitely recommend either the Blu-ray or the remastered DVD version of this film. It's the uncut version of the film that originally netted the film an R rating. It's delightfully brutal, and I wouldn't have it any other way. 5 out of 5 stars. Originally, this was to be the end of the countdown, but through the course of making these videos, I had a change of opinion. The film that was number 3 when I started leapfrogged GoldenEye to take the number 2 spot. Then, after a great debate with myself, I broke down and I made the number 2 film number 1, dropping License to Kill 1 spot from its original placement. So, tune in next Monday as we conclude the countdown with the number 1 James Bond film, in my opinion. If you've been watching all my videos so far, then you already know what's coming next week. See you then.